Now, we're talking Mark Webber again, with one more race in the Formula One season to go in Brazil next week. You might think that the drivers are perhaps looking forward to hanging their helmets and gloves up for a couple of months off. Well, not all of them. Red Bull's Mark Webber is getting ready for the Mark Webber Tasmania Challenge. 5 days of gruelling racing across the wilds of Tasmania. And he decided to give me a taster in the woods of Buckinghamshire.
Mike, I'm ready for the challenge, mate, so warmed up, ready to go, so let's get on with it.
While most of us would relish a couple of months off work, that's not the case for the Formula One driver Mark Webber. Despite a gruelling season, he won't be eating mince pies this festive season in front of the telly. No, instead he's involved in an adventure race that includes abseiling, running, mountain biking, kayaking for 5 days across the wilds of Tasmania. Now, as you know, I'm not adverse to a bit of a sporting challenge myself, having done a marathon and triathlon this year, as well as kayaking on the Olympic course at Dorney. So I joined Mark for a training session, not in the extremes of Tasmania, but instead the picturesque Chilterns.
I think for us guys to have sort of 8 to 10 weeks off, not doing much at all, is not very healthy for us. So for me, it's a perfect adrenaline kick, but away from the pressures of obviously you guys and all the rest of the stuff that I normally deal with. But out there, it's just like you say, it's a beautiful little tonic for me to finish the year with. Obviously, we just watch the leaves, obviously, and slippery tree roots. Obviously, there's many a good man being brought undone in here, mate, with the slippery tree roots. So just watch those.
Which is why I was taking it easy. Mark knows only too well what can happen on these cycling stages. Like this chap, back in 2008, Mark fell and broke his leg.
Very nasty lower leg fracture and fractured my shoulder as well. So yeah, that slowed me down for a while. But I think, you know, when you're in that situation, you realise how fortunate you are. So it was a really, you know, big reality check for me as well.
Therefore, this time, Mark will be trying to take it easy and won't be tackling the whole 5-day event this December, as he reflects on a Formula One season in which he's lived in the shadow of his Red Bull teammate and world champion Sebastian Vettel again.
Obviously, you have very similar cars, so you need to be doing a better job yourself. So, like I say, I'm looking forward to get some 010 form back for 012, 2011. For whatever reason, mate, the ball's always just gone a little bit in the rough for me this year. So, but you know, it starts and stops with you. You've got to get on with yourself, and I'm looking forward to next year.
Now, I found out you can take the driver out of the race, but you can't take the race out of the driver. And even on foot, he had another gear.